Hey guys, this is the first episode of Stranger Talks. I'm here with my boy Daylon. With that being said, how you doing, Daylon?
Doing all good.
Fantastic. What have you been up to lately? Today?
Spending time with my niece, going to
Okay,
church, giving God praise. Went to the
fantastic.
water park. Thank God I had a chance to have my other niece with me,
Uh
so
huh.
that was a blessing.
Okay, how old is your niece?
We got nine, we got two, and I don't even know the other one. To be
Oh,
honest with you, it's
okay.
crazy. I
Wow.
want to say like 4 or 5.
Okay, family man, man. You're a family man. Would you say you are?
Yeah, family, just focused entrepreneur.
Okay. Okay. So like so far, um, like where are you from? Are you originally from Houston? What's your upbringing like?
Daylon mean all day long. Lee Jones is a Louisiana Creole name,
Okay,
coming straight from the boot. So I was pretty much born and raised there. Really didn't start moving to Houston until the end of my childhood.
okay.
And it was just a better opportunity that my dad had. So just
Which one would
in
you
a
say you
childhood,
liked? Okay, which one would you say you like the best, Houston or Louisiana?
I'm always going with where they was born and raised. So me, it would be Louisiana.
Okay,
I mean, Houston is too crowded. But I like other states like Cali. Cali is a nice one. Tennessee is a nice one.
that makes so much sense. Because Houston does have a a big influx of people since 2020. This place have been booming, but it's a good and bad thing because we have all the entertainment stuff, factors, the restaurant business, the medical hub. So there's a lot of reasons why people come over here.
Right.
Definitely. Okay. What would you say, like, um, growing up in Louisiana compared to Houston? What would you say is something that you remember the most? Like it's a good memory that you had over there.
Always with them, no matter what. Being able to stay late with the
Okay.
cousins,
Okay.
being able to spend time that's like 20, 30 minutes away from grandmom house, grandpa house. But I mean, the food always delicious out there. So it's a lot of aspects when it comes to having memories with family. But I mean, other than that, you can make memories anywhere, wherever you from.
That's true. That's very correct. It's all about staying in the present and just, connecting, build, like you said, building, you know, beneficial relationships with people, right?
Right.
Okay. So, do you remember anything specifically I said to you or you said to me? Like, do you remember anything of our first encounter together?
Most definitely. I
Yeah.
thought your name was Bilal Jr. when introduced. So when I was like, "Hey man, what's your name?" and you say Junior, I didn't caught that part. So
Yeah.
then there's the guy named Bilal. So I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. Your name is Bilal Junior. And then that's when it was like, no, 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 no. His name is Junior. And then from that day on, I call you RJ.
Uh, very funny. I remember that. Yeah, that was like kind of like a nickname.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Okay, cool. And I remember just like whenever I met you, it was just straight up like, business, just trying to learn the ropes and learn from somebody who's been doing it very, very good at a high level. So I picked up that type of tenacity from you and just it was cool, man. It was vibes ever since. Just especially how you were able to navigate your lunch time because we don't get a lunch, right? But you were able to just be like, flow state, find, you know, a break while you were working and at the same time make stuff happen,
Well,
simultaneously. So that was epic.
I don't really call it a break. I just call it free time.
Yeah,
And the reason why I break it up like that, because like you mentioned, we don't get breaks. But
exactly.
however, if you just stay focused to the daily religious test that you do every single day, which I know the stuff that I do every single day,
Hmm.
then it's kind of a flow of nature where it's just like driving. We all
Exactly.
trying to learn the road, how to drive, where we're going, and stuff like that. Learn the rules of the law. Well, doing a route like my occupation, FedEx, being a delivery driver, it's like I did it so many times. It's second nature to me. I know the roads. I know the map. I know the layout. I know the speed that I got to move and stuff like that. So it's really just a free time and a blessing to just be able to do stuff like that.
Fantastic. That makes sense. And what would you say is like the most fulfilling thing about being in this company? Like
Free free time.
free time. Okay.
The
Especially
quicker
because.
you get,
Uh
yeah,
huh.
the quicker you get it done in a respectful mannerism, the quicker you can have the rest of your day.
That's excellent. Because I know that you're a big family man. You like hanging out with your nieces and things of that nature. So time is an essential part of your life.
Right on.
That makes sense, man. Okay, so like, what are your future endeavors and aspirations you have in this life, bro?
Passing knowledge to the next generation.
Okay, and what
Currently,
knowledge?
currently, currently right now, I'm working on being a football coach.
Okay.
Just because I love the sport of the game, play the sport of the game, but also I like to be able to mentor them in a way where a lot of people don't. Well, I ain't gonna say a lot of people. There are some out there that pretty much we live in a society where everything is get money, get rich quick,
Mm-hmm.
versus understanding the principles, understanding the terminology, understanding ways to get rich fast and quick. And it's not just always about the money, but it's always about building the connection with the people that can be your network rather than seeking out a network. And the guideline of just being that big mentor is like, I mean, the number one thing in my life that I pretty much had did, which is universal, is being closer with God. Being closer with God is the number one thing, praying daily and be around Him by just reading scripture day and night. And when you have young people that could look at someone like that and be like, man, okay, he, not saying religious stuff, but the Bible is not religious. It's actually God, people, His kingdom, and Jesus Christ, and showing you the way of how to live an enjoyable life. But just more of pretty much putting in the terminology as in like, oh man, NBA young boy, he's saying this in his song, so let me go ahead and have guns and try to get as many girls that I can and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
No, it's more being a role model of like, okay, that's how you approach a girl, or all right, that's how you get successful quickly if you
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
minimize, if you organize your time with who you hang around with and asking the right questions.
Mm. That makes sense. So you're basically trying to lead by example, and your whole aspect is just you know mentoring and right. Would you agree to my assessment of what you're saying about that's what you want to do in your future endeavors? You want to mentor and just share positive aspects to the next generation, correct?
Always.
Okay, that's brilliant. So, do you have any like business ideas that you would like to share, or you like to um share to the viewers to you know just encourage productivity?
I mean, there's a whole bunch of activity out there, but it's mainly of what you love.
Mm-hmm.
Like with me, cars at the time. I flip cars.
Okay.
I'm not really gonna call that a business at that particular say, but I learned like, okay, if a car breaks down, my tire pop, I know how to change the tire. Now these days, people don't know how to do that. Or, damn, my car not turning on. It's a dead battery. People don't know that. So it's the basic and the fundamental things of life,
Gotcha.
of knowing things. And like, I've been a mechanic for like going on a decade since I was 17. So I've been a mechanic for that long. Precisely say I still get phone calls being a mobile mechanic, fix the cars and stuff like that. I look at it more of a side hustle than an actual entrepreneurship. But but I do turn that side hustle into an entrepreneurship in a way where you do a good job, people gonna spray your name, social media in the neighborhoods around the city. I mean, your name gonna be sprayed, and then with that led into insurance. My dad do insurance for 20 plus years, so I got that aspect. Then I met one day I had met a beautiful lady who was a property manager. Oh man, you know what? I'm interested into just talking to her and how she managed property management. Well, next thing you know, I'm doing real estate property manager and I'm learning from my uncle. So it's about the idea of expanding your mind of what I was saying earlier of making network your network of making it happen with the people you surround yourself with, pretty much like a group of fishes.
Mm. Yep. Birds of the same flock, right? Fly together, right? So it's that unity, right? Creating that you know body of like-minded individuals, right? That
Right
go-get
on.
mentality. Okay, that makes sense. All right, so the next thing is like basically, man, I just want to know like what trials and triumphs that, that you're faced in life, and you can start off with the trials, you can start off with the triumphs. It doesn't really matter, but I just want to know like what things have you overcome in this life. And you're like the viewers to know.
The negativity, the fear of life, my own fear. Let me start
Okay,
off like that. And the negativity of life. And when I mean negativity, we all got our drags, our down moments and stuff like that.
okay.
Not really
Can
to
you
get
go in a little bit more in depth? What do you mean by negativity? Like examples? Do you know?
well, negativity is your downfall. And what
Okay.
I mean by that is like it's up to you of the information that you receive and retain. I mean, it's like a computer.
Mm-hmm.
You put in what you get out, pretty much the income of the outcome.
Okay.
And if you believe you can accomplish something, then believe that. But at the same time, you're going to have viruses of people telling you things that you're not capable of doing. So with that being said, you got to put a safeguard around your mind to be strong minded to keep those viruses out, so you won't be infected like a computer. It's nothing but a whole program in life, honestly. And like I said, it start off with overcoming the fear within, and that's what's pretty much the number one thing you got to do. Number two is just honestly, you just got to stay focused at it with a strong mindset and just constantly keep your faith. Because the moment you lose that faith, the moment you lose that hope, it's like I can't. Just like how I use the word, I can't accomplish anything. So like I tell my niece, which I told her today, which is crazy. This is a perfect example. We go on this. We're going on this water slide, and she the one who chose it. That's the funny part. She wanted to go on this big long water slide, like the highest one. She was like, I'm like midway in the line, I'm scared, I'm afraid. I'm like, man, that's crazy that you scared and you're afraid you chose this ride. And she was like, man, I don't want to do this. And then I was like, man, that's the best part of life. You got to overcome your fear. And she was like, how do you do it? And I told her, I was like, simple. You got to keep your eyes open. What's the worst that can happen? And then she
Mm-hmm.
was like, well, if the water slide, like, cause you're in the tube, so if the tube go off the water slide, I'm gonna just jump. And I was like, that's crazy that you saying something like that. It's, I mean, you might as well just overcome your fear by staying in the tube rather than jumping out the tube. And she was like, yeah, you're right. So I mean, I told her you just gotta black out the fear, and you just gotta look at it as in you enjoying yourself. You gotta look at
Mm-hmm.
it as in like, man, thank God I'm able to ride
Mm-hmm.
scary, something scary like this, or thank God I'm able to ride something fantastic like that. I told her I was like, many people are afraid to do something, but how are you able to do what you want to do, not being afraid versus doing something that you are afraid? It's two big difference.
Got you. That makes sense because what I'm getting from this conversation is that fear are things that you're faced or trials that you're faced in the past, but believing in yourself are the triumphs that you use to overcome that fear and having faith in yourself. Correct?
Correct.
That makes sense. Okay, so do you have any like particular like vices that you know that you have overcome or like addictions or anything in the past that you were not you know proud of that you overcame?
I mean, long story short, because it's a long story,
Yeah, yeah,
but I'm gonna make it short as
yeah.
possible. I had paid rent. I had paid 15-year month rent by myself when it was supposed to be collectively together with my
Wow.
bonding sisters. Um, one out of my three bonding sisters, they only pay rent for the first three. Well, the first 3 months. After that, I don't blame her. She just stopped paying rent because the other two out of the three didn't pay rent. So I was by myself, and then that time frame on the 8th month, we in the 15-month lease. Car broke down. Next thing you know, no food in the crib. Next thing you know, I mean, I was in solitude. I was all alone.
Okay.
But to overcome that though, to overcome that though, like I say, you gotta just keep on praying. Just keep on doing the right thing. Just keep reading the scripture of God
Mm-hmm.
day and night. Meditate on that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I used to be a trainer with working out. I don't hit the gyms no more. What I do, I just keep everything basic. Push ups, sit ups. There's so many ways you could build your whole body with just a push up and a sit up
Exactly.
state. So I mean, it just pretty much is keeping your mind clear of negativity and like Dory, keep on swimming.
Like that. I really like statement you just made. You know, that's what life is. Yep. Nemo, keep on swimming. Yes, indeed. Okay, that makes sense, man. And in all aspect of things, like all the stuff that you're faced, right, has made you into the person that you are today. Would you say that?
Oh, most definitely. Another thing I can mention, a second example is 2020.
Yeah.
Crazy, crazy, crazy. And I'm not talking about COVID. I'm talking about I had my identity stolen.
Uh huh.
A girl that I was with, she pretty much stole my identity, stole my car,
Wow.
messed up my credit. So I mean, it all goes back to, like I said, I can make long story short, making the story short because there's more to it.
Mm-hmm.
We all got downfall. We all got struggles. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
we all make mistakes. We all
Mm-hmm.
not perfect. But at the end of the day, it's how will you want to live your life? And it's like, oh man, well, you saying this, you saying that, you don't know what's going on through my life. All right, try me. Honestly, talk to me. Because the reason why I'm saying that is you don't think everything is not written in the Bible how to overcome all of these situations?
Of course.
Like, come on. If you just open the Bible, basic instructions before leaving earth, the
Mm-hmm.
answer is right there. Like I say, it's not about religion. It's literally about God, kingdom, Jesus Christ, for telling how to live a life. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's all right. It's all right there. The moment you give up on life, you're giving up on yourself.
That makes sense. That's a good quote to live by. The moment you give up on life, you're giving up on yourself. So now my question to you is, not a question, but just a follow up, right? With the Bible, what are some verses that you know has helped you through situations in life that you would like the viewers to know so it can help them in their
God,
time?
my my favorite prayer, my favorite book, James. I
Okay.
love the book of James. Book of James go pretty much to summarize faith and hope. But my favorite verse coming out of James, can't really quote the the numbers, but
Uh
it's
huh.
God, quickly give me the ears to listen, to slowly speak, to slowly anchor.
Mm. Patience. Patience. That's what.
You learn you learn so much for just being more than just being observant, but listening to other people how they're actually feeling of where their head is actually at.
Okay.
And
Okay.
like if you really think about it, you could just be driving, somebody cut you off. All of a sudden you angry, you mad, or you walking up to somebody and they giving you disrespect. I don't got time to keep the same negative energy that you receive of me. So if somebody come to me, oh, I'm like, shit, they must be in a rush. All right, cool. I'm gonna go ahead and put on some music so I won't be mad. Or, you know what, this person being hella rude today, but you know what? I don't know what's going on. Hey, everything going good? Everything, just smile at them. It's multiple. It's crazy what I'm finna say, but it's multiple times where people have been rude. And the way I respond, I just be like, you good? You having a good day? And I'm smiling. And they hate that. It's a
Mm.
psychology thing. I
Mm.
actually read this is the the Angry people don't like happy people.
Mm, that's true.
And it's like, it's crazy that I'm saying that, but it's true. Because why you want to be angry with the angry people when you could be happy with the happy people? If you angry and you angry with people being happy, what you being what you being angry for? You can learn from them, like Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan, one of the greatest of all time. Teach me how to be the greatest of all time. Okay,
Exactly.
Michael Jordan teaching Kobe how to be the greatest of all time. So it's more of going back. It's a circle of everything that I'm saying. Being a mentor to one another. Life is more than just doing things that you want to accomplish. Life
Mm-hmm.
is actually giving life to other people to accomplish what you and the other person can accomplish. That's
Mm-hmm.
the meaning of life.
That makes sense. 100%. You're right on the marker, man. Because we need more positive people like you in this world. Because at times like this, when the economy is bad, it's people are struggling to just keep up their livelihood. It's easy to be negative in times like this.
Well, I ain't gonna say the economy is bad. Honestly, you see, honestly, we have had worse. It's
Yeah.
not like we in the economic depression. I mean, economic depression. It's not like we bankrupt, pretty much.
Yeah.
The 1929 Great Depression. That's what I was trying to get to. It's
Yeah.
not like we're in that territory. It's not like we in a civil war killing people. We could be in the worst situation as
Yeah.
of what we in today. But going back, circling right back on what I said earlier, everything gonna be back to what I said earlier with just the statement that I had made, and that is we are programmed. If you hanging out with people with negativity or just being angry, you're gonna get that same outcome. But if you
Mm,
could break that cyber connection, and it's funny that I'm using internet terms because it's literally like a computer. If you
exactly.
could break that connection, man, you will see how much you could accomplish with no lag. You will see how much you will accomplish with no viruses. You will see how much you could accomplish so many. Like you got to upgrade, like how Apple's be upgrading the same phone devices that they've been using for years. The only thing they changing is the size of the camera, and
Mm,
people are still spending a lot of money on that. So why not be like an Apple iPhone? Just upgrade, but just upgrade so you could have a bigger lens on what you want, a
mm,
bigger
mm.
dream, a bigger focus.
So it's all about perspective. Then it's all about your how you view the world. Like you can be a Debbie Downer, or you can just give up on your state, or you can actually manifest. When you affirmate, like affirmations, right? You speak in life to your problem, and it can turn
Correct.
around. So that okay, I see that. Like that's what you're basically suggesting to the viewers or just our listeners, that you know your situation can be bad, however you're in control of the present time. You can choose
Correct.
to take that energy that you feel, and use it for something constructive rather than being destructive. That makes sense, man. Were
Correct.
you always like this, man?
I love anime.
Uh-huh.
I ain't gonna lie. So like most of my virtues, most of the way how I think and operate is from anime.
Okay.
But one thing I can say that let me put it like this in the simplest term for the viewers. We are all the most two important things is the day we are born and the day we find out. And we all have names given to us by our mother, by our father, by the family, by God Himself. And like I had mentioned, Daylon mean all day long. I could do this all day long. I could be energetic all day long.
Mhm.
I could, no matter what I could be positive all day long. All day long. That's my name. That's the name that was given to me. So growing up, I never really get sleepy. I had 4, 5 jobs at one point. Really 3, 4, but I had 3, 4 jobs at one point. Only for 3, 4 years. Only had got like 2 hours of sleep almost every night.
Wow.
How did I manage it? By the grace of God. Do I
Of
want to go
course.
back to that stage? No, but your your first name have a meaning of the name that is given to you. Well, I don't like my name. Okay, you know what's funny? Open the Bible and read it. there's like Abraham, Abram, no
Mm.
Abram, then Abraham,
Abraham. Yep.
then
Correct.
yeah, and then you had um,
Saul changed. I mean, Paul changed the name, or what was
so
it? Saul changed the name
yes,
to Paul.
so,
Yeah.
exactly, and then another one would be is Jacob changed to
Yeah.
Israel.
Israel.
So
Yeah.
I mean,
That's powerful, man.
and here's the thing about it: their names, like I said, you could say you don't like your name, and I mean, they not good like with Jacob. He took his brother Esau on birthright.
Exactly.
Okay, and then next thing, like there was some bad. You open it, you read the genesis of it. There was some bad with Jacob and with Abram, and
Mm-hmm.
then with Saul when he was killing the Christians.
Mm-hmm.
But then what happened? Oh, God shine their light. Oh, they follow God. Oh, they give their life to God. God gave them a second name, and now everybody knows that second name more than that first name. So my name was given to me, and that's who I pretty much came out to be. I recreate that. Well, my name is. I mean, it could be people out there that could say, "Well, my name got a meaning," but I don't act like that as as
Mm-hmm.
as my meaning. And you want
Mm-hmm.
to know why? Because you're listening to the people around you rather than listening to your inner voice that's trying to break the cycle of telling you of
Mm-hmm.
who you actually are.
Mm-hmm.
So, in a
And
way, yes, I always kind of have been like that. But then
mm-hmm.
also going with it, what I said earlier, my last name is Fleet Jones, a
Mm-hmm.
Louisiana Creole name. And going deep dive in my history of my last name, we all go getters, we all entrepreneurs, we all business mind like people. So your first name is who you are, your last name is where you came from.
Brilliant. Okay. I like that. That's powerful because now it, it's like everybody on earth, right? Whether you see it or not, you have a purpose to fulfill based on
Amen.
the first name and your last name. Okay, brilliant. Okay, I like that. So now I want to ask you, right? Like, when have you felt the best version of yourself, either past or present? Like, what makes you feel the best version of yourself?
Right now,
How
the
would you?
past,
Uh huh.
the the past is the past is a learning curve.
Okay.
The future is what you determine what you want to do with it right now.
Okay.
So now is my best. Like right now, me talking to you is my best moment.
Mm.
2 days later, I could be like, "Oh, I'm in my best version right now." You heard the
Mm.
saying, "Be better than what you was yesterday."
Of
Well,
course.
why not make every day the best version of yourself? So if I would have said 2, 3 years ago, I was the best version of myself, I'm already kind of putting a little downgrade to myself.
Yeah.
So it's like, damn. So you saying back then that's the best you could have done?
Mm.
So it's like, nah, I can improve every single day. So I'm vulnerable in a way where I know that, okay, like I'm more of a, how can I put it? A little ODC. Things got to be done at a time frame. If I don't hit that time frame, I don't beat myself up and be like, damn. I just look at it like, okay, let's finish this day out the best that we can. So tomorrow we could be better than what we was today.
Hmm. Okay. And you said that would be a vulnerability, right? The OC thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you explain a little bit what that is? That acronym. That say OCD or OC? Yeah, that's OCD, right?
Yes, I believe so. Pretty much make pretty much just being like everything just has to be like symmetrical, like
Uh huh.
not like it got to be perfect, but it's not perfect. It's more like if I see a picture that is crooked, I need that picture to be straight because it's
Mm.
messing with my focus. And then I mean that's pretty much like all of us. Pretty much, it's like a river.
Mm-hmm.
A river flow in one direction with a certain current, but the moment you put something in that river to mess up the current, you like the picture of the wall, you cricket. So
Mm.
to be able to go back on track on where you want to be in life, you gotta straighten that picture, figure out how to get that current back on board, like pretty much being the pirate on the ship. You gotta pretty much re-navigate, re relocate, like Siri would say on the phone if you use a map to get back on track to get to your destination of the journey that you're on.
Okay, that makes sense because having that vulnerability can sometimes come off. as a bit like braggadocious or a little like prideful because you want to be a perfectionist and other people are just cool where they're at. They're like, yo, bro, like, that's too much or this and that. But to you, the job is not done because obviously your name, right, all day long, like always hustling. So to you, you don't see it as completed until it's been perfected. And to other people, that might come off like, hey man, this guy's a try hard, this and that. Do you kind of get that?
Yeah, I mean, it's not really. Well, yes, you are right. He kind of like a try hard, but I mean, my response on that when I do hear that, I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
try hard, right?
Yeah.
So you telling me you're not really trying if you're not really trying hard? Like, come
Damn.
on with the acronym.
I hit him
So
with a double entendre.
yeah, I mean, like, come on with the acronym. It's
Yeah,
like a lot of things in life is contradiction. It really is, and it's
yeah,
crazy to me on how I look at it. It's like you telling somebody one thing, but you yourself not doing that one thing, and you telling that person,
of
well, life is
course.
different. Ah, that's kind of funny how you telling me life is different when I'm telling you that life that you live in can be overcome, but you telling me no, the life that I'm living can't be overcome. What's the difference? We both live on Earth.
Mm-hmm.
What's the
Okay.
difference? You living in another country? Okay, cool. At the end of the day, we all humans. What's the difference? It ain't like you living with a different sun when you wake up, and it's not like you sleeping with a different moon when you close your eyes. So what's the difference? You worship what? A different God? Okay, you might not believe Jesus Christ, but you might believe in Zeus. Okay, tell me how that's working with you. You want to switch religion? You want to switch gods and see how that will work out for you? What's the difference? You see what I mean? The world is a two-sided coin.
Mm-hmm.
Where there's light, there's going to be darkness. You got haze, you got tails. So at the end of the day, what is stopping you for achieving what you want to actually become? If you look at yourself in the mirror, then that's crazy. You looking right back at yourself. Two-sided coin.
Oh wow. I never looked at it like that. The duality of life, right? The light and darkness. Okay, I see that. All right. So, I mean, you said a lot of powerful things right now. So my next segment to you is like the lessons that you've learned in this life, right? Do you find yourself in the future? Because there are lessons you won't repeat them, but do you find yourself sometimes repeating some lessons that you know you still have to learn at your
Every
age
day.
right now?
Every day. No matter what the age.
Uh
There'll
huh.
be times, there'll be times like my niece will say something, and I'll be like, "You heard that from somewhere?" And she'll be like, "Yeah, I heard it from you." And it will kind of put me right back on track. Like I need to lock in. I was distracted for how long? Hello. Like we do get distracted. We do get falter at times. And what I mean by falter is like the cloud in the sky. We do have our cloudy days. Rain do rain upon us. We are not perfect. We are imperfect. We are imperfect. However, at the end of the day, though, the grass still gonna be green. The trees still gonna grow. The sun's still gonna shine through the clouds. It's just about refocusing on what you actually want to do
Mm,
in life.
okay. Okay. Yeah, I like that approach. Right. Being present and just staying focused and adamant, being serious about the things that you have to worry or the things that you have to fulfill in this life, and just let the other things worry about itself. Like navigate your life, stay present. You know, block out the haters. That's the type of understanding that I'm getting from you. Okay, so now this is kind of like the fun aspect of the interview, right? Or like our conversation. I just want to know, like, if you had 24 hours only on this earth, how would you spend it?
I, was, I mean,
And
I
you
got
can you
20.
think about this though, real deep. Like this is it could
Well,
be
it's not.
deep,
Well,
surface, whatever. Yeah, how would you
well,
spend it?
well, you pretty much you saying like I got one more day left, right?
Yeah,
Pretty,
24
pretty
hours,
much.
day and night. Yeah.
All right. It's simple. Nothing gonna change.
Huh.
I'm I'm gonna devote my time to praise God
Uh huh.
day and night. Same time that He been giving me the rest. Same
Hmm.
time that He giving me the grace to wake up.
Okay.
Spend if work did not exist. I'll spend time with my family, teach as many people that I can teach, pass down the literature, see the diplomacy, the books down to them, letting them know, hey, look, everything. Now, don't get me wrong, everything that I have done
Mm-hmm.
or that I have learned, I done written it down. So there are manuscripts, there are biography, autobiography, I should say, because I wrote it, of lessons that could be given to everybody. So my last day will be like a normal day. And why I'm saying it like that is because of the fact that we don't know when we're gonna die. We don't. So I got the same routine that I do almost every single day. The only thing is, if I did not have the job, I would be more time on just being around family, and that's about it. And then going out with people that I like, people that I love. And what I mean by that is, I'm a people person.
Okay.
It doesn't matter if you black or white, Chinese, Asian.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we could benefit from each other every single day.
That's
Now, there's
true.
gonna be something that you don't like that I don't like, but what's stopping us for succeeding together?
Like meeting in the ground, meeting in the middle, finding a common ground. Okay.
Exactly.
And honestly, man, that was a very humble answer. Like a lot of people were like, "Yo, man, I'm gonna rob a bank. I'm a da 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 da. I'm a, like go all out, do all the drugs, like, or try to live." But you just said, "I'm just gonna do what I've been doing."
Yeah.
Whatever brought me to the dance. Like I'm gonna keep it as natural and as organic and just myself. And that's a very, very humble approach. A lot of people won't take that, that dynamic. If you ask any random person that answer, they might want to go a little bit like overboard. Like, hey, my last day on earth, like, I'm gonna live it up. So I really like what you said, man. And that shows your character, especially to our viewers, right? That's what's up. Okay, so the next one is, what message would you give your 17-year-old self? If you could go back in time right now and talk to your 17-year-old self, what would you tell him?
Stay focused and keep moving forward.
Okay, stay
Those
focused.
are the
Uh huh.
those those are the simplest words you could ever give your younger version self. Because
Mm,
if you ask almost every successful, I'm pretty sure I can be wrong. Like I say, we're not perfect, so I can be wrong. But I'm pretty sure that you Google this up and you ask a lot of successful people, mostly billionaires,
yeah.
mostly people that just have their name indicted throughout history.
Mm-hmm.
What can I do if I could change time, go back in time? Most of their answer will be, I wish I could have done this better, or I wish I could have known this better, or I wish I
Mm,
could have learned this better.
mm,
So going back as a 17-year-old version of myself, stay focused and keep going. We're gonna make mistakes. It's just that point blank period. Simple.
mm. Would you have told yourself to avoid certain people? Like, nah, bro, this gonna end bad. This relation, like, would you have intervened?
Why? Why would I do that?
Yeah,
Because the people that I met in life is the person that I am today.
of
If I ain't met
course.
those people, then who knows? If I would meet them people later on in life, I could be a maggot.
Mm.
And I'm not a politician, man, but I know a maggot is a politician.
Yeah,
So it's that
yeah,
simple. So I could become a different version of myself if I had never
exactly.
met these people. It's
Yeah,
just, I mean,
that's true.
look,
That's real. That's real.
a tree grow in two ways. They grow towards the sun or away from the sun.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a seed in the ground that you plant. You gonna plant on good soil or you gonna plant on bad soil? Or you going to just be the one that think I can plant my seed anywhere and plant it on concrete. You do that, it's never gonna grow on the concrete because you're
Mm-hmm.
hard headed. And then if you plant it in bad soil because you're around bad people, and if you plant it on good soil, okay, that's cool, but you're not producing good fruit because you let it birds blocking off your tree.
That's true. That's true. Yep. Gotta stay grounded, man. Gotta just like you said, having that routine, just just staying humble as possible, because that's all you really have. Like, no sugarcoating it, just being as natural as you can. Because that's really the essence of life, the epitome of life, and not having any regrets. Like you said, some people would have told, "Oh, I would have wished I could have changed this, I would change that." But you're like, nah, these people were my life for a reason and they shaped me. into the person I am. So that's another humble answer. I like that. Okay. So then how would you like to be remembered in history?
Being me, being 100% me,
Okay.
knowing that everything that I'm saying and everything that I did is not the end of tomorrow. And what I mean by that is it's not the end of tomorrow. Like I mentioned before, you don't know when you're gonna die. So to say that, which I agree with you, there will be people out there, most people actually, that would say, I'll rob a bank or I'll just pretty much eat my last meal or do this, do that. Live your life at the fullest today. So tomorrow, when you are gratefully waking up, having another chance to live life again, then live it 10 times better than you did yesterday.
I like that. Got to snap on that one. That's a good one. That's some
So,
poetic shit. I like it.
so with that being said, I mean, life is simple.
Exactly.
Life is simple. Like, and I like my guy Shikamura from Naruto,
Okay.
as he has said, life is a drag. But in my term of when he's saying life is a drag, I look at it like life is a drag where you're gonna be brought through the mud.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna be rained on. You're gonna be like there's gonna be people that's just gonna treat you bad. If I open the Bible, wasn't Jesus treated bad too? Wasn't Jesus falsely accused
Yeah.
of certain things and he was crucified? Life is a drag.
Of course.
So with that being said, life is also is a blessing because 3 days later he rose from the dead.
Uh-huh.
So I mean, it's it's so many. I could go on and on and on
Of
about
course.
this, but like the only way for people to understand life itself or understand anything, and it in this statement of what I'm going to say relate to everything is you have to be honest with yourself. And I'm not just saying like old people will say for you to understand what's going on, you gotta be honest with yourself. No, you gotta be honest with yourself in terms of you gotta know who you are and where you want to be in life. If you don't know who you are, then how do you know where you want to be in life?
That's real. That's true. That's very, very true. Okay. If you don't know who you are, how do you know where you want to be in life? And how does one find that version of who they really are?
Worshiping God. Well, I don't know who
Mm.
God. I don't know who God is.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I would say this: keep on living.
He show you, huh?
Keep on living. He even said it right there in the Bible.
He show you.
If those for those who know God, if my shepherd do not preach to other people, how will they know who I am? How would they know if the word was never preached to them? How would they know if they never been to church? How would they know if my name was never mentioned? It's up to us who actually know God to tell them about God. Because there's
Mm.
so many people, well, my life is bad. Well, let me ask you the first question. You believe in Jesus? If you don't know him, you could just be like, no. But I spark up that question. I gave you something to look at. I gave you something to look forward to. He asked me, do I know Jesus? Well, I don't know him. Or he asked me if I know Jesus, but I do know him. So it's that simple question that everybody can ask today. Do you know Jesus? Well, I'm an atheist. And what do atheists do? They try to do everything they can to deny who Jesus is. So at the end of the day, you being an atheist, you still searching up and looking for Jesus.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's true. That's a very powerful, segment. Yo, the way you approached everything, you tied it up, cohesively from the beginning to the end. Just finding out who you are, sticking to being humble as possible, you know, and in living your honest life, and this will allow you to just progress in this thing that we call life. With that being said, Daylon, I appreciate this phone call. I wish you all the best in all your endeavors, and to the next episode. I hope you guys tune in because this is going to be a ongoing encounter, right, with many strangers that I meet, and I look forward to our part two. Okay, Daylon?
Right on.
Yes, indeed. All right. God bless.